So I've got a question. Is Donald Trump a Bernie bro? Because lately he is certainly tweeting like one. Here's a tweet from today. It reads, "The crooked DNC is working overtime to take the Democratic nomination away from Bernie again." All caps. Watch what happens to the superdelegates in round 2. A rigged convention, exclamation mark. And first of all, there's a few things I want to say about this, guys. There's actually a lot we can read into this about. One, I think Trump is actually making a huge mistake here by kind of pulling and trolling for Bernie here, and I'll tell you why in a moment. First, I just want to say the whole Bernie bro just smear, like as a concept, is complete bullshit. I'm gonna do another video explaining why, like, just the term Bernie bro is bad and should not be used. But for the sake of a humorous title, I'm using it here. So the reason Trump is sounding like a Bernie supporter lately is that Trump is he's a gossip queen. He loves the drama, man. For decades he was in the tabloids. He would always comment on what other celebrities are doing. He lives for this shit. He lives for it, folks. Okay? He spends hours watching cable news every day. He would not do that unless he was a drama vampire sucking every bit of interpersonal conflict and intrigue out of the social situation and using it to, I don't know, charge his phone so he can tweet all night. So he enjoys this. This is on par with him. He likes to play the court jester. But I think it's a mistake because he also is doing this because he thinks Bernie's easy to beat. He thinks that Bernie ultimately will be, plastered as a socialist and maligned and will be a weak person to run against. So he says, hey, what's the harm in, looking like I'm calling out the DNC on Bernie's behalf because, Bernie's either not going to win the nomination or he's certainly not going to win the general. But I think that is completely wrong. I think Bernie is probably Trump's biggest challenger in the general election, and Bernie is certainly the front runner in the nomination for, Democratic candidates. So, this is interesting, and the Democrats did the same thing to Donald Trump in 2016. Hillary wanted to run against Trump. Everyone wanted to run against Trump. They thought they thought it was a joke when he came on the scene, right? So everyone said, we can't take this guy seriously. He's got no shot. Okay, yeah, he started climbing in the polls and making a case for himself. But Hillary literally, she had a strategy. I forget if she was the one. I think it was some of her strategists that came up with this. They said, we're going to have Hillary talk Trump up in her media interviews more often. We're going to have her get on and say, wow, Trump could be a real contender. I mean, look at him go. Because they wanted to give Trump a boost from the left to help him beat his challengers on the right so that ultimately Hillary would get to win against Trump. Of course, that turned out to be a grave mistake because Trump beat Hillary. And this is a classic case of be careful what you wish for. So now Trump's doing it to Bernie. And I think that him painting Bernie in a sympathetic light like this is certainly making Bernie more appealing to Trump's audience. I mean, Trump's fans love this victim mentality. Trump runs on the victim mentality. And so Trump painting Bernie as a fellow victim, and in fact, a victim of the Democratic machine, makes him very sympathetic to independent and right-leaning voters, which could cost Trump votes in the general election if he ends up going against Bernie. And I think both parties, they have a blind spot for each other. I think both parties think that the stereotype of the other party is beatable. So the Democrats think that a super hypocritical, completely morally bereft con man on the right would be beatable because the left does not truly understand the right, and they did not understand that what I just described is actually a fantastic candidate for the right to get behind because they liked him for some of those reasons. And then I think the right does not understand that on the left, they think that the left's weak spot is super socialist, um, old white guy who, can be smeared as a communist. They think this guy has got no shot. But really, the right does not understand the left, and they don't understand that progressives want what Bernie is selling right now. So very interesting to see how both sides have blind spots for each other. And, I think Trump, he's having fun with it, but I think he might come to regret playing this up for Bernie as well.